Hey everybody at the Washington Times Communities, this is John Norwood with Mobile Informers here to talk to you about Google Authorship. Google Authorship is Google's way of connecting content from various websites across the internet to its author. This means if I write for the Washington Times Communities, Tripwire Magazine, and my own blog, Google will credit me for all this work in a single place with a single rank. This rank is often referred to as author rank, but you won't see that written anywhere except SEO sites, and most content written about it is pure conjecture. Even if author rank is complete fiction, which it isn't, there's still one very strong reason to be a Google author. You get to see your picture next to your article in the search engine results pages. This will help differentiate your article from others in the SERP and increase click-through rate. From my own personal experience, my click-through rate increased by about 30% when my picture started showing up next to the articles that I wrote. Again, I can't comment on any direct correlation between increased rankings and Google authorship, but I can say it is directly responsible for a higher click-through rate. Setting up Google authorship is easy for the most part, but there's a couple of possible snags along the way. I'll try to do a step-by-step and be as detailed as possible, so if it appears I'm taking too long to explain something that's simple, I'm just trying to avoid any breakdown in the process. Step 1. Create a Google Plus account. This can be done at plus.google.com. Be sure that the name that you use is the one that you normally use in the byline of your articles. You want to make sure that every one of your articles has your name exactly as it appears on your Google Plus account. Also be sure you use a pretty picture because it's about to get plastered all over the internet if you write for several places. Step 2. Set up a contributor link. This is a link from your Google Plus profile to the website in which you're publishing, in this case WTC. To do this, you need to go to your Google Plus profile page. The Profile tab is located on the left side of the screen directly beneath Home. Once you're on the profile page, click on the Edit Profile button just to the left of your profile picture. Once there, scroll down to the bottom of the profile where it says Contributor To. Click on this and it will open a menu where you can enter a URL and a label. Here's what it should look like to set up authorship on WTC. Label: Washington Times Communities. URL: communities.washingtontimes.com. Notice that I entered the root URL of the subdomain and not the address of any particular article. This means that my profile link will be good for any article that I publish on that subdomain. I don't need to link from my profile to everything that I do. Step 3. Set up a link on your article. This is something you're going to have to do for every article that you publish at WTC unless you have an email address that includes the domain communities.washingtontimes.com. I'll assume no one here has that, and I'll show you how I set mine up. Somewhere on your article, you're going to need to link to your Google profile with a link that is tagged REL equals author. Mine looks like this. Strip out my profile URL that is highlighted red and replace it with yours, and you've got the correct link. You can get your full profile link by returning to Google+. Click on the Profile button and copy and paste the URL. It should look like this. Be sure to delete the word posts at the end so it will appear like this. You then need to place this link somewhere in your article. I use the very bottom of the article where it's got a blurb about me. Once you're logged into the Callaway Content Management System and you've got your latest article written and ready to go, switch over to the HTML tab. It's a little crazy looking if you're not used to using the HTML tab, but this is going to be easy. Scroll all the way to the bottom of your article and plug in your link. If you like, you can replace the link text Google Plus to say whatever you want. Just make sure the link's correct. Check your work. Go to the site below. Plug in the URL of your article and click the preview button. In the case of WTC, your article doesn't have to be live. You can click on the preview option, then plug that URL in. If you did everything correctly, below the URL box, you should see a preview of your article as it will appear in the search engine results pages. You should see the correct title, as well as your photograph and a mock-up excerpt. Below that, you should see Author Verified, with Verified being in a green box. That's all there is to it. It sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is, but if you have any problems at all, feel free to contact me at john@webexordium.com. Be sure to put WTC in the subject line so you don't get junked. If you found this useful, feel free to shower my new blog with as many links as you like. It's located at mobileinformers.com.